Hello there, I'm Steve Des from DezperateActor.com, and today we're going to talk about the 10 of my biggest regrets as an actor. So number one will be not documenting my journey. And by documenting, it doesn't necessarily mean video. You can document your journey through a journal. If you're not a person that likes in your personal life to be on camera all the time, then you can document your journey through a journal, a notebook, something like that will document your auditions and the things that you've been onto. But honestly, nothing beats video, in my opinion. You can also document through pictures. Maybe every time you go into an audition or every time you go into a specific set or things like that, take a little picture, and document it that way. But if you're a person like me that does enjoy video, like the one I'm making right now, it's amazing if you can actually film yourself about this journey. If you can start a little vlog on YouTube about like my acting journey and things like that, people can actually look back, or you yourself in the future can look back at everything you went through, and believe me, it will be amazing. Because even now, I wish I would have done this years ago when I started this acting journey, at least in Hollywood back in 2011. So yeah, definitely that was one of my major regrets, is not documenting my journey. But again, you're learning from me, so definitely document your journey. Number two will be skipping auditions, primarily that I wasn't fit for. There has been several auditions that I did skip, sometimes not on purpose because I wasn't reachable. But some auditions I did skip on purpose because I just felt that role wasn't really my right fit. And here's what I gotta say about that. You might see like, oh yeah, it's a waste of time, I'd rather be doing something else, and that's the way I was thinking. But the more you can show up in front of these casting directors, in front of these session runners, the more memorable you become, and the more when you go to the next role, if you're not booked for that specific role that you're not fit for, then you can actually increase your chances of booking just because of familiarity. You get what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna edit this because normally I edit this type of things, but I'm not even gonna edit. But because they become familiar with you, that's an easier way for me to say it. They become familiar with you, so if you're not skipping these type of auditions, then you're able to be more memorable, you're able to be more booked, and you're able to get more auditions in the future because you're more seen than other actors. Especially when people are taking time off. Like in December, a lot of people take time off, but there's still auditions going on. And if you're the one showing up when the majority of the population are out and about going to their families overseas or abroad or in a different state, you are super memorable in that way. So don't be skipping all them auditions, okay? Number three will be staying with a agent and or manager longer than you should. Sometimes there comes a time that you have to completely break off the relationship. This happens in our personal lives. If you had girlfriends or boyfriends in the past, there's times where you see the red flags. They're right in front of your face. But you, because of the love and the bond that you created with that person, you have that attachment issue and you don't want to let them go. But sometimes these relationships, is better that you let it go so other doors actually open for you. And sometimes we overstay our welcomes with certain managers or certain agents. And it's very important that you don't stay longer than you should if an agent or manager is not doing the proper work and really working for you. Because remember, you're another person in the roster. There's so many other people that they have, and even if you really cultivated that relationship like we show in the Dezperate Actor program, but you're not getting enough auditions, it's time to cut that up and find a new one that will actually do the work for you. The number four mistake that I made will be not adding my own flavor. So a lot of times, especially in the beginning of my journey, I was very focused on giving the casting director or the character what the casting director or the agent or the director or the producer or the production company what they wanted. I was thinking more about them than on myself. And when you just focus on like already you are your own unique yourself, and you can just spice it up by adding your own little flavor to that character, it actually makes you stand out because they see that you're not afraid of just being yourself and really adding that specific uniqueness that makes you you. So don't forget to add that flavor to everything that you do. The next one will be rushing in or out of the room. So sometimes when we are doing all these auditions and these things, when we're doing it in person and even online, now that we have some auditions and some callbacks that are fully remote, sometimes we want to like get in the room very quick, and then as soon as we're done, we want to just get out, and take your time, like be calm, be zen, be in that state of being completely there, because I promise you, everything from the moment you walk in the room, from the moment you walk out of the room, you're being judged. It's unfortunate, but you are being judged. And even if you do a tremendous job, when it comes to the portion piece that you're actually auditioning, saying your lines and doing your acting, but all of a sudden you're like super paranoid and you're like rushing in and out of the room, that also sticks to that other person on the other end receiving that. So be calm, be cool. You don't have to rush in or out, but that's something I did and I hope you don't do. Another thing will be being pissed at traffic or parking. And that this stems from being late. So for a while, I was late to things a lot. I was late to auditions, I was late to meetings, I was late to so many things, and I will blame it on traffic. I will blame it on not finding parking. I will blame it on 1,000 different things. But at the end of the day, I just should have taken responsibility fully and just blame it on myself. Because in order to avoid those things, that's when you go an hour before your audition. That's when you go at least 45 minutes. However allotted time you can before, way prior your actual call time, the better, because you can be there on time. And you don't have to blame it on a job you have or anything else. It falls 100% on you. When you take 100% responsibility over your life, that's when the magic happens. So the next thing that really was a horrible mistake that I made will be not asking enough questions or not even asking questions at all. And in this journey, you are a constant student of the game, and you have to treat life that way. And in order for you to know more, especially from those that know a little bit more than you do in that particular subject, will be with questions. And sometimes as humans, we're very afraid to ask those questions to authority figures or even our own peers. And we should be more open about asking questions about things that we don't know or we want to get more informed about. It's okay to ask questions, even in an audition. Before you start, it's okay for you to ask questions. And even after you do it, it's okay to ask questions. It's not okay to be needy. Let me just say that. It's not okay to be needy. Like, how did I do? Did I do okay? No, like not those type of questions. But asking actually smart questions and things that actually concern you to prepare you better for the role or maybe for the actual gig or when you're actually on set, when you're already booked, it's still okay to ask questions about your particular scene or whatever it is that you're being concerned about. Like, it's okay. Just don't be needy, but ask questions. And then the next thing will be signing contracts on the spot. This was a horrible mistake that I made many times. It will be signing contracts on the spot. Sometimes I will read contracts, I wouldn't even know certain terms and certain things. And just because it got offered to me on the spot, because the meeting went amazing and I really liked the vibe of the agent, I just signed away. But that's why in the Dezperate Actor 2.8 Supercharged Edition program that we have available at dezperateactor.com, we emphasize a lot. We have a whole module where we go deep dive into acting contracts about certain terminologies that you should do and why you should never sign on the spot especially if you don't know all the clauses and all the terms of these contracts, because not everybody has the best intentions for you. So it's best for you to be fully prepared and fully aware of what you're signing way before you actually do, even if you get offered a contract on the spot. You should always have the time to really fully evaluate that contract and fully understand all the terms and clauses that are part of that. So if you're very interested in getting to know more about that particular subject, definitely check out our Dezperate Actor 2.8 Supercharged Edition program that we go really in depth when it comes to that particular subject. The next thing that I really was a horrible mistake for me will be to not be fully present in the moment. And sometimes, especially this will happen in your acting journey if it's not happening already, that you are in a job, but that job, it might be done within a day, it might be a day shoot, or it might be a week shoot, or it might be a month shoot. And once you're in that shoot, sometimes you're already thinking about what's next. You're thinking about the next project, because once this project is done, you might not have something else lined up. So by doing that, you're constantly thinking about the future and not being present at the moment. And by being fully present at the moment, that's when you can be aware of everything that's surrounding you and all the people around you, and you can actually create even more opportunities when you're fully present in the moment, because you see someone you can talk to, you see someone else you can ask questions to, you can see someone else see that you're a very proactive person, and it might be, I have this other project, and you didn't even have to audition for that project. They just handed it to you because you're such an amazing person. And this has happened to me before. But not being fully present, especially in the beginning of my career, it really hurt me. You should be fully present in every single moment of this journey. Because remember, it's your journey. And tomorrow is never promised, but today is here for you. So be fully present, not just in acting, but in life. It's very important to be that way. And then last but not least will be no time off during off seasons. So if you understand that the acting journey and the acting industry has seasons, it's not like 24/7 all year, every day. There's seasons that are high, there's high auditions, there's a lot of jobs, there's a lot of gigs, but there's certain seasons where it cools down. There's not a lot of gigs going on, there's not a lot of things going on during those times. If you understand fully those seasons, which we do cover in the Dezperate Actor Cracking the Hollywood Code program, we talk about seasons very in depth there. Go to desperateactor.com to check it out. You understand that there's times that you literally can take time off. And for me, since I was a person that was grinding all the time, I was constantly working, whether it was on set or I was working regular jobs or things like that to support my income. I was constantly working, and it ended up damaging me a lot for many reasons and many things that I wanted to really have the peace of mind to be in all the acting roles I could possibly be. But by taking time off, rest is very important. Taking time off is very important. Spending time with your family is very important. And if you take those specific times off, that literally the industry is basically on a shutdown, you can actually seize those opportunities and those moments to recharge and refuel. So when the season comes back, when the industry comes back, you can come full force. So definitely take time off. If you like this type of content and this type of stuff, we do have a lot of tools for you at desperateactor.com. So definitely go check out desperateactor.com. Don't forget to subscribe, because the more we can reach people like you, the better. And like the video, because the algorithm will actually bump this video to help other people that are just like you to find this type of content and find their path and their journey in this acting industry. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave in the comments below what are the mistakes that you are currently making, if you're making any, and what are the things that so far has sparked your imagination that you're going to start applying today. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Dezperate Actor, the YouTube channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.